here, folks. This might be a king snake, but that's a big boy. There we go, I got him turned around. I'm not gonna hurt you, buddy. Look at him. He's wanting to strike me. These ones, I see them a lot in the woods. And look, he's thick through the back. They climb trees a lot. I think they eat a lot of birds. They eat rodents. Look, he looks like a cobra. Buddy, you better get up the other way. Didn't want him to go down and get hit on the road. I have a road in front of my house and just miles and miles and miles of woods behind it. So I see all kinds of crazy stuff like this all the time. Look at him all. I don't want to mess with him too much. I don't like to mess with animals. I'll have him agitated now and I've probably ruined his day. Look at him. Pretty cool. Got my phone on me too. I'll get some pictures. Later, folks. I don't want to mess with him no more. Here, he's going down towards the bushes. Look at him. He's almost 3 feet long. He might be completely extended. Alright, I'm up on the side of this hill. You can see it's straight up and down. You fall over this, you're in trouble. The rocks too, you see them in here. But I'm clearing off a place. I'm gonna try to get some of these big rocks out of here so that I can get in here. It's a place that's undug. What you will need to do this is a shovel, with a sharp tip on it. One of these, because sometimes if you get a hole going, the handle can hinder you. You want to be able to reach in and rake around stuff with one of these. You also need one of these. I just cut all these roots out, and if you pull one of them too hard with the rake, it'll tear your rake up quicker than what it'd wear out. I don't know, this is probably going on 10 rakes I've had, and you know, I've only been doing YouTube a little over 2 years. You know, I signed up for an account, but I didn't even upload for like till 2 years ago. Things are coming together, but you know, I plan on ramping it up here. But anyway, another way to find these places, the easiest way is to go into like a barber shop. If you're a dude, go in and get a straight razor shave, get some hot towels, put it on your face, and talk to the barber. He's usually an older dude. If you have that in a town, you want to try to find a dump, barbershop's a good place to start, or a dive bar. Go in, find the oldest dude there and sit down beside him. If he's from that town, buy him a few cold suds and shoot the breeze with him. Talk to the bartender if they're an older guy. Make your rounds. People will come in and out. Talk about the town, talk about a little history. Get them guys oiled up with a few drinks, and they'll tell you whatever you want to know usually. I've got a lot of places, especially arrowhead hunting, from doing that. Every old house in the woods that's pre, like, I don't know, 1950, there's a dump around it someplace. See, even the old house foundations, but you need a probe for the real old ones. But you can find them. Privies, there's old privies, outhouses around every house in the woods, and there's bottles all in them. When I went with Chuck in the woods metal detecting and found that cradle bell and that gold watch and stuff, it's been in the last like 2 months of my videos, last like 40 days probably. There's a dump right over the hill from that. It's just got stuff all through. You could dig up there the rest of your life probably and find stuff and metal detect the rest of your life. Also, roads going out of towns by cemeteries is good. Back in the day, people were superstitious. They, you know, there was fear of death and the dead. A lot of times, dumps will be right by a cemetery. Creeks going out of town. A lot of the dumps used to be burnt, and they used the creek or the waterway as like a fire control device. It'd start the fire, and then you'd have that water right by it to control the fire. Also, if you're in a town with none of that, roads going out of town, down the sides of banks. You see an old house that's still standing and there's a road running between it, go ask them if you can look over the hillside by the road. Chances are there's bottles on the side of that hill and trash that was thrown over a long time ago. Hope that helps you. A lot of people have asked that. I'm going to start going into depth on everything, how I find stuff, how I do it, and I'm not going to hold anything back. I don't care if somebody, you know, does this stuff, you know. Everybody's welcome to it. And the way I look at it, getting this stuff out of this dump, the first BARESVILLE crock I did, they did construction. That thing's been laying up here for over 100 years. They run excavators right over where I found it, and it would have been crushed into a million pieces. So that was a save. And all this stuff, eventually, there's going to be more slips here. All of it's, some of it will stay good, but most of it's going to get destroyed eventually, you know. Especially as steep as this hill is on, more rocks are going to be thrown over eventually. It's all going to be covered, and then it's not even going to be, you'd have to bring an excavator in here to get it out. But I'm going to get busy here and see what I can find. And when you're digging and you bring small tools like this, keep them in your bag. I raked this one back out like a week ago. I lost it like 6 months ago and found it again just at random. And believe me, I've lost a lot of them. I probably got 10 of them in this dump. I've been coming here since I've been about 9 years old. Later. All right, you can see what I'm doing here. You can see there's CROCKS right there. There's 2 pieces of the same one. You can see where I started here. Cleared all this stuff off. You'll start seeing that layer you hit. And then you'll get down into this stuff and see this is all trash and it's old. Can't really get a, you know what that is. It's a cap off, so it's like a baby bottle, I think. Well, maybe not. But right here's something sticking out. Let's see what this is. And it's just a newer beer. Thought it could have been an older one. But you see what I'm doing. You want to go down, try to get down into old stuff. There's something. That's a little, that's bare aspirin, I would guess. It is. Right there. I think it says bare on both sides. It's screw top. I don't take stuff like that, but I'll get back. See, not even that deep below the surface. Look here, there's a jug. That's, you know, that's like a $40 one, probably, the weight, but it would have probably had like a 2 on it here or something in cobalt blue, maybe. But it's all here. There's the base of it there. I've been throwing it up there. That stinks. See, there's just, that's a wheel off, so probably a kid's little toy car or something. This is where the axle would have come off and would have had a rubber tire on it. There's all, that would have been awesome. Imagine finding a kid's toy car, but it's too wet here. It's just destroyed. Everything's disintegrated except that. But look at this ground. Now that's a screw top whiskey, but that's from at least the 1940s. So let's look around in here and see what we can get. I'll be back on my finds. Later. All right, here's another creepy baby doll head. It's got glass eyes in it, but look at that. I don't know if that's just how it went, but that looks like it's powder, maybe. You know, I'm not taking that, but if anybody knows what, there's something on it there too. If anybody knows why it's like that, put it in the comments, because I'd like to know. I'm interested in everything. I'm just curious. I always have been. I might see this at an auction sometime and I'll know I found a head of it. But I'd say that's from the 50s probably. Throw it up there. Later. Man, this is heartbreaking. That's like a green glass carafe for wine or something. I would have liked to have that. That would have been a keeper for my collection. I like colored glass and I like green stuff. That would have caught the light, and that would have been fairly large. That's a shame. Later. See this? I'm under this tree. There was a bunch of rocks on top of this stuff, and look at this. This bottle's been here for at least since the 50s. And this still has the state tax seal on it, Department of Liquor Control, Ohio. And it still has part of the Jim Beam label on it. That's crazy. Huh. And the cap. I'm not taking that, but that's crazy. Later. Alright, I just raked out this corktop whiskey, but you know, it's not like, it's probably post, I don't know, I'd say it's 1920s, 30s or newer, but I've not seen this and I don't have it. So it says A over something whole company. and it's 4/5 of a quart, and it's cork and it's brown glass. I'm gonna take it as perfect. Maybe trade it or something. I might keep at it. It looked pretty cool with the cork in it. It's not, but like I said, not completely old. I'm just, see, I'm tunneling way back in under this tree. I hope this tree didn't fall on me. It's pretty big, but oh well. I'll get back in here, and you know, any of you watching can do this. You know, you can find a dump. There's lots of places on this dump that anybody could sit down on, like a bleacher pad, like a foam pad, and do some raking. If you think you'd like to do this, get out and try it, you know? Be brave. About the only thing you have to worry about is ticks, and most dumps aren't on hills like this. A little bit, you know. This is a dangerous one, but it's loaded and I need video, so that's why I come here. A little bit of danger involved, but anytime you're outside, even driving in a car, there's a little bit of danger. Just get out and try it, you know? Find a few things, start a collection. Maybe buy some bottles off eBay or something, or other websites, and get a nice collection started. You know, you'll be proud of yourself later. Haven't been finding too much, and I just did. My goodness, I hope this is whole, because I love colored glass insulators. Rake the weight, you can see all that stuff back in there. You know, I'm right here on this root ball, but it looks pretty sturdy, so I'm going to dig in here a while. Oh, right. Oh, it just looks perfect. And you saw that Jim Beam bottle. Let me get this cleaned off, and this is one of the ones that has the early 1893. That's worth the trip, folks. I've been here about an hour, haven't found crap. Found out I've been moving around because I don't want to dig over on that side of that hill where I had them cave-ins. I did there a few minutes. Another rock come down, and that shook me up that day. There was some rocks come down I didn't get on video that if they would have hit me, they'd have blew me clear off the flat and crushed me to death. And they were 10 foot from me. I'm in that mudslide. I'm just staying out there till it dries out. It's not worth getting hurt real bad for a YouTube video. But let me get this wiped off. It still even has the metal on it, corroded to the glass, and there isn't any damage to this, and it's a beautiful insulator. Look, even all the little prongs are on the bottom. You can tell there's no cracks to it here. Nice. Later, folks. All right, look at this. Hemingway, patented May 2nd, 1892. And you know this isn't from 1892 or 3. It's 3. That's the patent of it. It's probably early 1900s, you know, 1915, 20. It's someplace in there. That is just, look, it's just perfect. And the color's just great. Getting that daggone wire off of it, I cut myself. That's not good. Probably have to go get another tetanus shot. But, and man, tetanus shots hurt. That's for sure. Feels like somebody hitting your arm with a sledgehammer. Later, figure. Look at this little bottle. It's got some meld on it here. I'm not going to take it, but look what it says on the bottom. Property of Coca-Cola Bottling Works, 6 fluid ounces. I think it says 1930. It's 30 something. Sistersville, West Virginia. 1933. Coca-Cola Bottling Works, 6 fluid ounces, Sistersville, West Virginia. It's a shame that doesn't have Coca-Cola on the front of it. I'd say it's some other product, like some other beverage, but who knows. Later. All right, I got my gloves on now. These are ones a subscriber sent me. I appreciate it. The other one's in the bag. I put this one on inside out. I'm in a hurry. I'm getting ate up by mosquitoes in here. I'm going to go up on the top and try to find some marbles. Get a nice insulator out of that hole. You know, I have to probably move this log in here and take this overburden off. I think there's a bunch of stuff under this tree. I'll hit this again in the video. Right, I'm raking around up in here in the top of the dump. I found real good stuff down here. Found one of the BARESVILLE CROCKS. If you follow this flat over, that's all construction work in there. That's where they were running the bulldozers. I found it right over there where they started. It would have definitely been destroyed. But I got my first marble, and it's right here. Right, see how much drier this stuff is. And that's a solid white little one. It's way smaller than like average size marble, and that might be called a ballot box marble. I have some experience looking at books. I know a lot about Marble King and alley agates. I've dug on these dump sites in Acro and some Christensen. See, there's a lid. But so that, you know, it's solid white. Would be nice if it had color in it, but that looks old to me. I'll take it home, put it with the collection. Another find later. Yeah, do you see it? Marble number 2. Told you if I move up here at the top, there's marbles everywhere. I have a picked over, but it's not like I'm not still gonna find them. You know, raking up into this stuff. Just got this kind of cool bottle a little bit ago, and it's got the cap on it, and it says Wild Reed at the bottom. I might take that. The top of it's unique, and it's got that cool cap. But let's see what we got here. And it's just an average one. It looks like a cat eye. Yeah, it's not a cat eye. It's different. You can see it there. Let me wipe it off some more. Let me wipe it in my shirt here. See, it's got just like wisps through it. It's not a true cat eye. It's something different. Don't know what that is, but it ain't no cat eye. And see right there, that little nipple, that's a panel mark. That's a panel mark for sure. That's not a chip. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a panel mark. Later. Alright, I left that last place I was at. Drove to another dump I haven't looked on before. It's hard digging, but once I get these roots cut out, look at all. And I've seen many bottles over the hill. That's some kind of big, like whiskey or something. It's older, you know, nothing here post 1950. And I have a chance for marbles. I have a chance for kids' toys, just lots of stuff. So we're gonna see what's here. I'll get back on my finds later. I'm on another hill. You know, this looks 50s to me, the ad. It says Dream Deodorant Vito. And look at that little milk glass thing. I show this stuff because, you know, one person that's 70 or 80 years old might remember that their mother had this stuff. And look at that cap, how nice that is. That'll just clean up to look brand new. It's not something that I want, but I might take it just to put in a box, a lot of stuff, and to sell at a flea market. Somebody might want it later. Yeah, it's raining on me now, but I'm under a bunch of trees and stuff, so I'm not getting wet. But that's a soda. We'll see if we can't get something like that and see what's here. And see right there is like a, probably a, well, that's a top, that's a cap. That's cool. It's a shame that's not in better shape. It has an eagle on it. I thought it was like a game chip or something. But anyway, I'll get back. That's why I move around, folks. Try to get into new spots if I'm not doing in one. If I wasn't gonna do here, I was just gonna suck it up and put the kayak in and go to the river. But look here, just raked out a coin. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna get it cleaned off. This might even be a token. It looks surely different than, I don't know, it might be play money, but it's real metal. Look, I think it's a token. Look at all that. Let me get this wiped off. This is a day maker, probably. Later. Yeah, this is a day maker. It says somebody's name at the top. Sample room, I think, at the bottom, and it says Smithfield, West Virginia. And it's good for something. I'm not gonna mess with it till I get home because I don't want to ruin this. This is a good West Virginia token, and Smithfield isn't a very big town. All right, folks, this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for my channel. This is why I'm here. This might be a token that none of you have seen. Well, I doubt anybody's seen it. It's on my channel. Unless you collect tokens, you might have. But this is going to be cool. This is why I do it. You know, I found some other bottles, and I'll show you at the end, but there's stuff I found before. Found a Sistersville soda bottle from the 1930s. It's nothing spectacular. It's like a $5 bottle, but if it would have had Coca-Cola or the Keene name on it, it'd have been a $30 bottle. But this is awesome. Later. There's actually some cool stuff in here, and I mean, I got another find down there. See, there's a bottle sticking out, but they've all been like 1950s beer bottles. But there's a shell. I'm not going to take that, but it's a brass casing. Well, I might. I probably will. I'll put it in my pocket, put it in a mason jar or something with other stuff like that. But look here, I already wiped this off a little bit. I could tell it was a cat eye, but it's a very unique colored one. Huh. And that's just dirt. That's nice condition. That's a pretty marble. That's pretty. I like it. Not my best marble find, but that's kind of nice. You can see it there. That token, man, I'm happy with that. I can't wait to get home and clean off the other side and see what it might be for a hotel. It might be for a grocery store in Smithfield, but it's real heavy, like brass feeling stuff, and it's old. Later. See how this soil's crumbling? I'm right at the top of a lip by a road. I'd say I'm 25 yards off the road, but I'm right on the lip going down the side of a bank, and it's really drained. And if I saw that token and that marble, I'm getting everything that I'm finding. I'm seeing it all in here. That's probably a big CROCKS, or like a quart beer. You can see it. There's seems to be older stuff down in here. The layer's not thick, but it's, you know, I got them clippers with me. Yeah, there's a bottle right there. It's just a beer. And look at that. The label's still on it because it's so drained here. And I mean, this isn't a recent label. This bottle's probably from the 50s. Yeah, 1955. And look, the label's still on it. I'll get that one out. I'd say that's a CROCKS or something. I won't. Well, let's just rake it out. Give you something to look at anyway. Because I'm happy for the day with that token. A West Virginia token from a small town. It's just, you know, if you know anything about tokens, that's probably a weak maker. I can use it in the cover image and see right in here, that layer of ash. There's a good bit of stuff in the ground here. It's just hard digging. This is a lot harder material than that other dump, but I've been wanting to try this out. And you know, I told you, you know, you need to get out and do this stuff for yourself if you're watching your videos. I don't care if you're 75 years old. This place that I'm on now, you could come down here on a cool day, sit under these trees right in the woods, listen to whatever kind of music you want on headphones, and just sit here and relax, reflect on stuff, think about stuff you have to accomplish, and dig a few antique bottles that you can go home and clean up and look at. And you know, if you have a wife or kids, bring them. Get them interested in this. It's, you know, it doesn't cost you anything to do this hobby, except a little bit of work. And honestly, it's not work if you love it. It's not work by any means. I've been here and dug just this little bit of area here and got a token and a marble already. I don't want to bust that, but it's nothing to brag about. See, there's a rock under it there. I will just turn this off till I get it out, because it's a pain filming and trying to concentrate on what you're doing. I got to be careful. Later. That's what it was. It's a quart beer. It would have had a label on it like that other one. It's probably like Iron City or some Pittsburgh brewery. That's in the Ohio Valley. They're everywhere, and they're all slicks. They would have had the paper labels on them, and they'd be worth money if the paper labels were perfect. Look up some of these older bottles, even from the 30s, that have the original paper label. Some of them get $300, and those bottles are, I've found thousands of them, but all the paper labels are gone. Everybody threw that stuff away. I'm gonna get busy in here and try to find a few more things for the video. I really hope everybody's doing all right. You know what that is? It's real heavy iron and it's solid. I'd say that weighs at least 6 or 7 pounds. And that's a window weight out of an old window. Not taking it, but I thought I'd show you. I'm in the old plastic toys now, and I like this kind of stuff. This is gonna be an awesome dump because the soil's perfect. Look at this. It's an old pig. Let me wipe him off here a little bit. Probably off an old farm set. You can see him there. It's that early rubber that is almost like a car tire. We'll take that. I also just got this. I didn't show it, but look how good a condition this is in. And the paper that was in this might be for like a cab driver or something. I've seen similar stuff. It's aluminum. It says State of West Virginia at the bottom, and look at that. It still even has the pen and it still works. And this is old. You know, it's 1950s at latest on this place, and it's, you know, that might be for a truck driver, I don't know, but it's something like that. And that token, man. But this is going to be a promising dump. This is all I've dug, and there's just, I'm seeing everything. And I have a chance at a bottle, a coin, a ring. Just, it's hard to tell what I'm going to find here later. Right. These little toys, there's always little marbles. And man, that's an odd colored one. It's a yellow with like a lighter swirl to it. I don't think I have one that color. Man, that's got a nice pattern to it in there. Yuck. Get out of there. Thing just landed on my face, but that's all right. Man, I'm on the marbles here too, and all these little smalls. I love this stuff. This is all I've dug. I just started pulling this stuff back off where I was at, so I got 2 nice marbles now and an awesome token. And you know, I'm not going to stay too much longer. I'm pretty whipped. This month took its toll on me. I need to go home and eat a bunch, and you know, I weigh 215, 220 in the winter, and this heat and stuff in the summer, I'm in the high 180s now, and last summer I got down into the 170s. I should have been a fighter. I can really cut the weight, and I'm really tall. I'm like 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", right in there, and I can take the weight off doing this. Believe me, I have to eat just so much food, but I'm gonna go home and pig out later. I was just about ready to leave, and you know what this is? That's like a hair clip or an earring or a pin, and it's made of bakelite. There isn't any doubt that's bakelite. That's pretty cool. I think it might be a pin, but it might, I don't know if that's a clip-on earring maybe, but it's bakelite. I'm taking that. It's bakelite plastic. Later. All right, folks, well, I got my pictures of the token laying and stuff, and I'm gonna get out of here. I think I'm gonna take that. I can use that for something, even to sharpen knives. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and work on this video. That token, I can't wait to get home to clean it up. It's gonna be nice. This soil's perfect. Got a few marbles for the collection, you know, and you'll see that stuff from my other video the other day, the insulator, and you know, I've been finding stuff, nothing real spectacular, but I really like this token. It'll make for a nice video, and people in Smithfield and anywhere in West Virginia ought to like that. Well, anyway, later, folks. And one more thing before I start walking out of here. A guy sent me a link to a token website in a comment during my giveaway. He kind of plugged his channel, and I'm glad you did, man. Loved looking at your website. It was awesome. I will put a link to that in the description below. And from now